Yeah, I'm getting a little bit of work done. So I'll get to that later. This is what, if I need to carry more people, this is the Tesla Model S. Huh?
My mom said the ducks might be, you think they can squeeze through right here? I'm gonna
I don't know. But this is my daily driver right here. Look at the wheels. I wash it whenever I get a chance to. And unless I need to carry more people, this is what I drive every day. See, look at the wheels. Look at the wheels, man. This car is meant to be driven. Look at my junk in the car. This is what I drive. This is it. Oh goodness gracious! This is it. This is what I drive. This is the best Porsche, consumer Porsche ever made. This is it. This is it. The 997.2. Ooh, look at that. Y'all think I'm joking? I got I got receipts. I got a Burger King's bag. I got this is it. This is what I drive. This is what I drive every day, and it is fabulous. I feel privileged. I feel privileged to be able to drive this car right here every day. This is the Carrera S. This is the best consumer Porsche that you can buy. This is it. And I'm including all of them. Of course, I'm not talking about the GT cars, but I'm considering all of the Porsche 911s, all of them. This right here, the 997.2 with the PDK Carrera S is the best, absolute best Porsche, consumer Porsche that you can buy. This is it. So if you're trying to get into the 911, this is it. I've had the newer ones and I haven't had the older ones, but this is it. This is the best consumer Porsche you can buy. I've made a few changes to it. Let me start this thing up. I've made a few changes to it. You see the wheel? This is not the wheel that came with it, of course, right? The paddles work flawlessly. I've changed the radio, the PCM or whatever. That thing was extremely dated, crazy. So these are two major changes that I've made. You see the Porsche splash on it, and now I have Apple CarPlay, wireless Apple CarPlay, and everything. These are the two major changes. This is the PDK right here, and you see I got the wind deflector right here, but this right here is the best. This is the best Porsche for several reasons. I guess I will talk about some of the reasons that make this Porsche the best consumer Porsche, mainly because it's a Porsche. And anything after the 997 Porsche is not a Porsche. I don't mean to disappoint anybody, but yes, it's a Volkswagen. It's a Volkswagen, and so now, do some of those Volkswagens, are they going to outperform some of these? Yes, absolutely. And actually, the one that I was the one I was looking to get was the 991, the 991.1 Carrera S with the 3.8. This has the same engine, and this has the exact same engine in it, but this is the 997.2. So basically, before I did my research on it, it's a lot of other things that went into it, but before I did my research, I didn't understand what the real difference was. The 991.1 and this car mechanically are pretty much identical. They're pretty much identical, but the okay, they're pretty much identical. I backed out of my garage. They're pretty much identical, but the body Volkswagen, all Volkswagen. Volkswagen, they may have made a better car, but they didn't make a better Porsche. That's what I'm getting at. They didn't make a better Porsche. They made a better car. The Porsche is a rear engine car. The 911 is a rear engine car, and that's a staple of having a Porsche 911 is being a rear engine car. So Volkswagen, they don't agree. Volkswagen, they don't agree that they don't agree that the rear engine is the way to go because mechanically it's really hard. They don't agree it's the way to go. So what they did was, as the generations passed, the 991 and now the 992, what they're actually doing is they're pushing the rear wheels back a little bit and they're moving the engine up a little bit. So basically, technically, it's not a rear engine car anymore. They won't tell you that. They still call it a rear engine car, but it's not, because of the way the motor is positioned, it's not a rear engine car anymore. So will it drive better than this car? Probably so. But if you're buying a Porsche to have a Porsche, why buy a Volkswagen that's called a Porsche? Why do that? And another thing is, the reason I wanted the 991.1 is because that was before Volkswagen went all in on the 911s. They just started with the body and the placement of the motor and stuff like that. That's how they started. But then with the 991.2, they turned the Porsche 911 into a compliance car. No, they didn't make it. First of all, I love the turbo. I have no problem with the turbo, but the new turbos that come in the base Carrera and the Carrera S, those are compliance motors. They put them in there for emissions and for fuel economy and stuff like that. Man, that's not what you brought a Porsche for. Right, that's what it is. Now the turbo, that's why they don't call it the turbo. The turbo is still the turbo. It's for performance. It's to to make the thing faster, to make it go crazy, just like the GT2. So the turbo is still straight, but the 3.0 liter engine they're putting in the base Carrera and the Carrera S nowadays are compliance motors. They may as well have made them electric. Okay, I'm not saying they're not good motors. That's not. I'm trying to see what I'm talking about is a Porsche and a Volkswagen. They're great engines. They perform well. They're fuel efficient. They're really good engines, but that's not really what a Porsche is about. You don't get a Porsche for fuel economy and for emissions and all that stuff. You get a Porsche to drive it. So that's what I'm saying. I guess I'll make a few videos to explain everything about it. But this right here is, well, like I said, I love this car. This is a Tiger Woods hat right here. So you don't like Tiger Woods, hey? I just like the hat. It's a nice hat. But what I'm saying, I got my cough drops in here. This is my little backpack. I got I perforated seats. The car is pretty much junky. I wasn't planning on making any type of video here. See what I did? See right here? It had the little ports under here. When I put my radio in here, a lot of that stuff is ancient and not needed, so I took it out, and it's just one port there for the USB, and that's where my Apple CarPlay plugs into. So I plug it into there, but this radio right here, I don't know if you saw, you probably did when I first got in here. You can see it comes on just like with the Porsche Splash or whatever. It's great. You know what? I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna turn. And did I pop the motor? Okay, this is the motor back here where it's supposed to be. This is a thing of beauty. This is a thing of beauty. The direct injection engine. You don't worry about all those problems that you have with the 997.1 or the 996. You see I got a $120 on it. You see that? 120,000 miles. 120, 219. I drive this car every day. This wheel is phenomenal though. It just looks better. Everything goes together in here. You know, excuse the car a little bit. It is pretty filthy in here, and you know, I got my gloves down there. But you know, this car is meant to be driven. This car is not meant to sit in somebody's garage, just melting away. This is not what it's made for. This car is meant to be driven. But what I was saying is that all of the best 911s, the top of the line 911s, the 993 Turbo S, I think it was, whatever that one was, that was a crazy car. So I don't want to talk about that one too much. I don't like mixing. But as far as 911 goes, all of the best 911s are 997.2s. Whether you're talking about the GT2 RS, or you're talking about the GT3 RS 3.8, or you're talking about the GT3 RS 4.0, or you may be talking about the what is that car? The Sport Classic. I'm not even sure what it is. It's the white one. It's the hard top. I'm not sure. Is it the Sport? I forgot what it's called. But that car, where they made like 300 or 500 of them, I don't know. But all of the best Porsches are 997s. So I'm going to go a little bit more into detail about all the features of this car. But basically, this right here, if you got an opportunity to buy the 997.2 with the PDK in it, the manual is okay too, but the PDK is special. Whereas the 992, the manual is okay, but it's just, you know, if you like a manual, it's fine. But the PDK, the technology built in this PDK, every time I drive this car, when it shifts gears and stuff like that, you know, I love it, but then again, I'm like, oh my God. You know, because I know this transmission is very expensive. I'm gonna finish this a little bit later though. I'm gonna cut this off.